This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
Tonight, new legislation. Nova Scotia declares intimate partner violence an epidemic. Weapons seized, 2 are arrested at a designated tent encampment site in Halifax. And the City of Halifax looks for feedback on a proposed neighbourhood at Exhibition Park.
A nice Friday shaping up across Nova Scotia. Watching this front to bring the possibility of a few showers into the mix Friday evening and overnight. But a nice looking weekend. Your full forecast is coming up.
Good evening, I'm Vernon Ramazar. The Nova Scotia legislature has legally recognized intimate partner violence as an epidemic. A bill brought forward by the NDP this afternoon got sudden and unexpected all-party approval and was fast-tracked through the process within minutes. As Jean Laroche reports, this all happened mere moments after the Premier said the bill wasn't necessary.
During his regular interaction with reporters following question period, Tim Houston dismissed the bill, said it wasn't necessary.
We just don't need legislation to declare it as an epidemic.
That response did not sit well with the women who came here to say that bill needed to be passed.
We're incredibly disappointed in the message that we just heard from the Nova Scotia Premier.
But after a brief interaction with those women, Houston told his House Leader to bring the bill back to the floor of the House and put it to a vote. It was fast-tracked through the process.
Would all those in favor of the motion please say aye? Contrary-minded, nay. The motion is carried.
After turning the bill into law in record time, Houston explained his change of heart.
Interactions with Nova Scotians always have an impact on me. I listen carefully to Nova Scotians. That's why I spend a lot of time around Nova Scotians and just listening carefully to them. And just the words of the team that was here, it made an impact on me. I understood that the words matter, and we had an opportunity to support them, so it's a good day.
Tears of joy from this union leader.
You hear these stories, and you know the impact, and you know that, we can only do so much, one person. But what we saw today was actually labor and government and, real citizens coming together and making a huge difference.
This isn't the first time Tim Houston has changed his mind on an issue, but it's certainly the fastest we've seen his government change course and then try to fix a problem it created. It may not have been smooth, but Nova Scotia now has a law that recognizes intimate partner violence as an epidemic, perhaps a first in Canada. Jean Laroche, CBC News at Province House.
Police say a 15-year-old has died after the vehicle they were driving crashed into a power pole and then a tree early this morning. Police were called to a single vehicle crash on Bridge Avenue in Stellarton just after 4 o'clock in the morning. The 15-year-old driver was pronounced dead at the scene. Stellarton police say they are still trying to find out why someone so young was behind the wheel. Officers could not say if anybody else was in the vehicle. Halifax Regional Police have made 2 arrests at a designated tent encampment site in Halifax. As we hear in this report from the CBC's Paul Palmater, weapons and many stolen items were seized.
This small tent encampment located below the ramp to the McDonald Bridge is where police arrested 2 men who were in possession of many stolen items and weapons.
Last night we were in the 2400 block of Barrington Street in relation to an ongoing investigation for stolen property, specifically stolen bicycles.
But police found much more than just stolen bikes. Several weapons were seized.
Yes, during our investigation we did locate several firearms as well as stolen property.
2 shotguns, including one that was loaded, as well as a rifle, were found along with ammunition. A spear, hatchet, and a safe were also discovered, along with several bikes, including electric bikes and scooters. 2 men are scheduled to appear in court at a later date to face a long list of charges. They had been living in one of the 6 designated tent encampments in HRM.
There's not specific security, but lots of people in the encampment, if they see something, if they're feeling uncomfortable, if they're nervous, many will call HRP.
There are less than 10 tents in the designated Barrington Street space, including some in a heavily treed area. This isn't the first time Halifax Regional Police have been here to seize items. Back in late June, they came here to seize 40 bikes and scooters, as well as many other bike parts. Now, with guns and other weapons being found, the issue of safety for the people at the encampment sites and the general public who walk by every day is a major concern.
Well, I think the change that we need to keep focused on is finding people housing. Encampments are inherently bad for everybody. They're bad for the person who has to live in them. They're bad for the community around them.
Police do not have officers regularly checking on the sites, but the investigation has yielded a good result for them.
Anytime we have the opportunity to seize a firearm or get a firearm off the street, that just makes the community a safer place.
Paul Palmeter, CBC News, Halifax.
The disappearance of an Annapolis Valley woman is now classified suspicious by the RCMP, but police won't say why they changed their assessment of the case. 55-year-old Esther Jones was last seen back on August 31st. She was reported missing on Labor Day after she failed to show up at church the day before. Her family says this is unlike her, and they believe she was abducted. Anyone with information about her whereabouts is asked to contact police. This was supposed to be week one of a jury trial for Adam Drake, the man accused of killing battle rapper Pat Stay. But instead, a last-minute development has forced a postponement, and no one is sure when the trial will go ahead. Blair Rhodes reports.
This was just an unforeseen circumstance that happens from time to time.
That unforeseen circumstance was last Friday's appointment of defense lawyer Ian Hutchison to the bench. Toronto lawyer John Lacey is still part of the team, and he's now joined by Halifax area defense lawyer Jennifer McDonald. This afternoon, Lacey told the judge that they just can't be ready to start the trial on Monday. Pat Stay was stabbed to death on a Halifax street almost exactly 2 years ago. Adam Drake was arrested a short time later. The timing of the trial is getting tight.
We have to wait and see when our official dates are. We appreciate defense counsel acknowledging that this really is an exceptional circumstance.
We have been very clear on the record that we will be available even as early as next week to begin this trial. The Crown has indicated that we will be available whenever.
The question now is, when can all the participants in this case return to this courthouse to run what is supposed to be a 5-week jury trial? The outside date discussed during today's appearance was next September, a possibility that provoked groans and muttering from Pat Stay's family and friends who packed the courtroom. The lawyers are going to meet with the judge virtually next week to see where they can open up time in their calendar to make this case proceed. Blair Rhodes, CBC News, Dartmouth.
Well, Ryan, it was a beautiful day today. Any more in our future?
Yeah, Vern, absolutely. It's looking again like a pretty nice stretch here over the next 7 days, 5 to 7 days at the very least. Thank you so much. And as we look at the highs across the province Thursday, you can see, yeah, it was a beautiful day, right? Temperatures in the 20 to 24 range for most of us out there. And yeah, I mean, as we look at the Friday forecast, very similar temperature-wise, a little bit milder. 22 to 25 is what our range will be for most of us on Friday. Now, in terms of how it will play out with the timing of all this, we are going to be looking at a bit of cloud cover in the mix overnight tonight and throughout the day on Friday. So a mix of sun and cloud. We're watching this cold front approaching Friday evening and into the overnight. Now, as early as Friday evening, the North Shore and into Cape Breton could get into a few of those isolated showers. The front sinks south, an isolated risk primarily Saturday morning. But the big thing on Saturday will be a bit of a northerly flow, knocking our temperatures back to the high teens, low 20s. And then as we move into Sunday, high pressure really takes over, clearing the skies even more. Mostly sunny skies, lighter winds. Think Sunday's going to be the pick of the weekend. But both days this weekend looking pretty solid. All the details on this and your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes, Fern.
Thanks very much, Ryan. Well, the ongoing contract dispute between Air Canada and the pilots' union threatens to disrupt travel plans for many this weekend. It could upend thousands of business trips, vacations, as well as cargo shipments. As Peter Cowan reports, businesses on the East Coast that depend on tourism are already feeling the impact.
Most people arriving on the island of Newfoundland do so by air, and the majority fly Air Canada. But now, even before starting their vacation, visitors aren't sure how it'll end.
It's quite worrisome because I'm here and how will I get back? It's a little far to walk.
The union representing pilots can issue a 72-hour strike notice as of Sunday. A lockout notice is also possible. Air Canada says it'll have to start winding down flights in anticipation as early as Friday. A strike would ground all flights by Wednesday. Already, pilots have set up a strike headquarters in Toronto. Wages remain one of the big issues. The pilots are looking for a big increase to close the gap with their American counterparts.
I'm cautiously optimistic. The last week or so seems to have been productive at the negotiating table. As you can see here, we're ready for any eventuality.
But Air Canada is warning the federal government may need to step in if a deal isn't reached.
We have accepted changes to over 70% of the collective bargaining agreement, but we are now faced with unreasonable wage demands that unfortunately we cannot meet.
The tourism industry is also on edge and putting pressure on government.
A labor disruption in air travel won't just leave people stranded, it will ripple through the economy, hitting small business owners who are already struggling to make it.
The best deals happen at the bargaining table.
The federal government is still hoping this will be resolved through negotiation, not arbitration, but some travelers aren't waiting to find out. Back in Newfoundland, hotels are getting an increase in cancellations.
We're not going to be able to get the opportunity to make up this business. So, and for many of us, it's the profit.
Air Canada is letting passengers rebook their flights for free. Adding any cancellations by the airline will result in a refund. Peter Cowan, CBC News, St. John's.
A fisheries group is calling on the federal government to close the wharf in Saulnierville and the entrance to the harbour until an oil spill can be cleaned up. The Unified Fisheries Conservation Alliance released video today showing the spill around fishing vessels alongside the wharf. They're also concerned about crates of lobster stored in the water next to some of those boats. The president of the alliance says that if that lobster gets into the food chain, it could make people sick and have devastating implications for Nova Scotia's seafood industry. Officials with the federal government have not responded to a request for comment. There are more complaints about the transportation provider for Nova Scotia's French school board. It comes after a Transco bus was 4.5 hours late dropping kids home from school earlier this week. Amisa Singh's 3 children take the bus to École Beaubassin in Halifax. She says Transco has communication issues. She says no one available from the company to respond to parents' concerns, which creates a sense of uneasiness for some families.
Uncertainty. Uncertainty with when they were going to get to school, how they were going to get to school, if they were going to show up late and be embarrassed, or if I had to drive them. We had to shuffle on the drop of a dime to try and figure out how we were going to get our kids to school on time so that they don't miss their education.
Transco did not respond to a request for comment. In a letter to families on Thursday, the school board said it was working with the company to improve the bus tracking system. Halifax residents had a chance this week to offer feedback about a proposed new neighbourhood at Exhibition Park. The development on the southwest side of the city would create thousands of housing units, but many residents keep bringing up one big concern. Josh Hoffman explains.
A developer wants to tear down the Exhibition Centre building and the nearby go-kart track to build a mixed-use neighborhood, which would create nearly 6,000 housing units. There would be apartment buildings from 6 to 24 stories high and a variety of different townhouses, which would be home to roughly 12,000 people. Now, Halifax Regional Municipality held public engagement sessions here on Wednesday, and many residents showed up to get more information and offer some feedback. Several of them shared the same thought. Traffic?
Traffic is my main concern. Absolutely. I mean, there's lots of things we need out here, but traffic is a big part of it.
Traffic is a major concern, and because of where we're at, that involves not only the city traffic planning, but provincial traffic planning.
We already have problems, and I just want to see if they're going to fix the problems before this happens.
What problems do you experience now?
Traffic.
The new neighborhood would be off of Prospect Road, which as of now only has one way in and out. Some residents say traffic is already bad.
They need another exit here. I think we all knew from the wildfires how important that is. We have this one way out. If there's an accident or even a fire, then the traffic is just backed up for hours.
Not everyone was completely opposed to the idea of the new neighborhood. Some thought the development could help mitigate traffic.
I get concerned with the traffic here now. I mean, going into Prospect Road, we got to stop here. Up here, we got to stop once, twice, 3 times. But with the infrastructure, going to highway, it's going to be redone over here. I think it's going to be really good. And, I'm looking forward to it, really, myself.
The proposed neighborhood is still in the early stages of the municipal planning process, and Halifax says there will be more opportunities for the public to offer input. Josh Hoffman, CBC News, Halifax.
Police are on the hunt for whoever is responsible for stealing jewellery from 3 maritime cities. The thefts have police warning jewellery store owners to take extra precautions. Wayne Thibodeau has the latest.
One of the stores hit was in this mall in Charlottetown. Police say a man walked in, asked to see 2 rings, and then just walked away with rings worth thousands of dollars. It happened September 1st at Charm Diamond Center. Staff called 911, but police couldn't find the suspect.
No injuries, no threats. Again, as simple as just asking to view some rings, and I'm sure it's a normal practice of staff to hand over rings to for potential customers to view. This individual just subsequently turned and exited the store with the rings in his possession.
A week later, this past Monday, another theft at the same jewelry chain, this time in the County Fair Mall in Summerside. Again, a man went into the store and left with 2 rings worth $25,000. In both incidents, the suspect had a car waiting outside. Police say it was an older model black BMW and had different stolen PEI license plates. It was driven by a woman with blonde hair. The man is described as about 5'10", medium build with salt and pepper hair. In Summerside, the 2 went to the Granville Street Esso, filled their car with gas, and left without paying. Halifax police are also investigating a theft from yet another Charm Diamond Center store in late August. Police believe all 3 are connected and say jewelry store owners should take extra precautions.
You see how easy it could be. These items are valued at, they're worth a lot of money, and giving somebody the ability to simply maneuver like the offender in this circumstance did. Yeah, you would certainly want to look at your practices as far as what you're handing over.
Police do have security video but are not releasing it. Police say that's because they do have a person of interest. CBC News reached out to Charm Diamond Center's head office in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, but we didn't hear back. Police say they have no idea why this individual is targeting this one particular chain. Wayne Thibodeau, CBC News, Charlottetown.
It's being billed as Eastern Canada's most dramatic show of quilts. Stories and Stitches is bringing crafty people together to showcase their hooked rugs, needlework, and other artistic designs. It's being held this weekend in Charlottetown. Take a look.
Well, the quilt show looks like the most unbelievable eye candy you've ever seen. It's just an explosion of quilts, some hung, some arrayed over the backs of pews. It's color, it's dynamic, it's energy, and it speaks right to the heart, but it is a visual feast.
It's really interesting because some people have never seen hand quilting. Some people don't even know what it is. And other people said they've quilted for years, their mothers quilted, their grandmothers. So they're kind of glad to see people doing it by hand still, because a lot of machine quilting is done now. Oh, it's so beautiful in here, and it just makes the quilt show such a joy and such a beautiful venue. We've often had quilt shows in just like a hall, but it doesn't give the ambiance that this does.
It brings together a lot of people in the community to help put it on and to bring in the things that they have made. And it's funny because somebody asked me, well, how do you know what you're getting? Well, we don't. We put out the call, we get registration forms, we don't see the things, so we go on faith that what's coming in is something that somebody treasures that they've made, and they know it's a beautiful thing to see.
I have a few in the show, and there's so much more in the show to see, but one in particular that I have here is this wonderful Karen K. Stone orange peel quilt made in quite a vibrant array of colors, although in actual fact there's only 2 colors in it. It's basically pink and blue-green, but in every possible shade and variation I could come up with.
Some quilts take a month, 2 months, a year. It just depends on the needlework. Other things, if you do it all by machine and you've got it down, some people are very fast and they can do a quilt in a week.
I have a lot of quilts, and this winter especially behind us was very productive, and you can only leave them laying around on the spare bed for so long. You want to get them out and show them. You want to share them with people. A few things are for sale, but most of the time we've just come together to share our passion, and you look at a quilt, you can't stop smiling.
And Ryan is back next with the full weather forecast. See you in just a few minutes. Well, Ryan, it was an absolutely gorgeous day today in Halifax. The weekend's coming up. Can we look forward to more days like this ahead?
Yeah, we've been putting a pretty solid stretch together already over the last couple of days, and Vern, this stretch will continue. I mean, we will be seeing a couple of showers, as I said, moving in later Friday into Friday night, but it looks like that front's going to clear nicely by the time we get to Saturday, and for once, a nice week and a nice weekend, because we've seen so many times it's a nice week and then it starts to rain on the weekend, but that won't be the case this time around. First and foremost, have a look at our webcam video. Beautiful White Point, and yes, it is. It's a lovely evening. Maybe not warm enough for a swim there, but certainly a lovely evening for sitting by the water. And you can see just a lovely sunset shaping up. Now, no doubt, a lot of sunshine today, but there was a little bit of that haze in the sky, and you can almost see it there on the webcam as well. There is some wildfire smoke from Western Canada in the mix today, and so you may have noticed that, and I think it will be more noticeable as we move into the sunset time frame here. So you may notice that sun is a little extra orange or red thanks to that wildfire smoke in the mix today. Now, temperatures across the province right now ranging from 17 at Ingonish Beach to 23 at Western Head. That is our hot spot right now with a bit of a westerly flow. Now, as we look at the winds, they're for the most part light. A couple of spots that are a little bit stronger. Yarmouth out back towards the Digby area and the Greenwood area as well at 17. Beaver Island at 22. And looking at those gusts, it's not too gusty. The Westport is gusting to 31 at last check. So, weather system-wise, as you can see, really no clouds in the mix, but that wildfire smoke was noticeable today. Little bit of a disturbance here that will throw some clouds into the mix tonight, but not expecting showers from that. This is really the front that we're going to be watching over the next day or so, and that is going to be moving its way from north to south. There's the remnants of Francine, which continue to roll their way in after all of that damage in Louisiana over the last 24 hours there. And watching this system in the west as well, which is really wrapping in some cooler air. Calgary just 10 degrees, 30 in Winnipeg. And for sure, this is the time of year, right? When you get the cold air trying to say, hey, we're transitioning here in this season, and the warm air saying, not so fast. You can see 30 in Chicago, 22 in Toronto, as that warmer air is pushing back in a forceful way. Now, for tonight, we're going to be seeing temperatures for the most part in the 10 to 14 range. A couple of low-lying areas will drop into the single digits, including through Cape Breton and eastern parts of the mainland. That's going to be our best chance of seeing that. So there's that little bit of cloud cover I mentioned just a moment ago. That will be moving through. Not expecting much in the way of or any precipitation from that. Note for Friday, some sun, some cloud. It will do more battle tomorrow than it has for the last couple of days. And there's that front by 5 o'clock from New Brunswick back into PEI. Maybe an isolated chance tomorrow afternoon for Cape Breton, but it's more so tomorrow evening and into the overnight that this is going to sink south. Greatest risk for tomorrow evening will be in the north and east. But for you folks tomorrow in Cape Breton, again, just verbally mentioning that possibility of maybe a sprinkle before supper time, but it looks like more so towards tomorrow evening. And note the temperatures, 23 to 26 on the island tomorrow. Antigonish, our best shot at 26 to 27 tomorrow on the mainland. It's going to be beautiful, though. Overall, temperatures are going to be in that 22 to 25 range, and it is going to be, lovely, that nice southwest flow. Now, Saturday, a noticeable drop in those temps, 18 to 20 here in the northeast, 20 to 22 down here and through the south and west. And note those arrows coming from the north, right? So it's that cooler flow, but the water temperature's still quite lovely in the Gulf, and so it won't have quite the impact it does, say, earlier in the summer. That front's going to sink to the south by Saturday morning. Maybe an isolated shower chance lingering. The greatest risk on Saturday is going to be in through the south and west here, and also across the Inverness County area. But overall, Saturday looks like a mix of sun and cloud. Shower chances now less than 30% throughout the day on Saturday, and even less than that on Sunday, with high pressure dominating and the winds lighter. Saturday will still have that northerly component to the air, so we'll still feel, obviously, as I said, 18 to 22, but Sunday's more like 21 to 24, 25 our range. And then for Monday, Tuesday, really starting to warm up and some shower chances into mid next week. Vern.
Pretty pleasant start to the weekend. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Coming up, the Swift effect. Will Taylor Swift's endorsement of Kamala Harris sway the U.S. election? And thousands of New Brunswick license plates dumped in the woods. Thrill collectors. Robin McQueen has been collecting license plates since he was a teenager, but he's never come across anything like a treasure trove he found this summer hidden in some woods near Fredericton. He told the CBC's Shane Fowler through the forest to see his discovery.
Beneath the canopy of these forests on the edge of Fredericton lies a curious bit of New Brunswick history. Once you navigate the twisting undergrowth here, there are small clearings where piles of rusting scrap have been dormant for decades. Junk piles like this aren't uncommon in New Brunswick's woods, often made up of garbage and scrap from old farmsteads. But for collectors like Robin McQueen, this abandoned site is a dream come true.
You'd never know it's there, but it's absolutely polluted with license plates all over the ground. Walking in there, it was like Disneyland for license plate people.
Thousands and thousands of abandoned New Brunswick license plates. These date back to the late 50s and early 60s. Different designs and styles, all in varying states of decay. If he had to guess, McQueen estimates there are at least 100,000 license plates here. A trove that's been here for decades, only recently revealed to him by a longtime friend.
And I said, so how long have you known about this? I've known you for like 30 years. How long have you known about this? And he said, oh, all my life. What?
McQueen has come here a few times this year. There's just so many different designs from years past, with different plates designating heavy trucks, taxis, tractors, and motorcycles. Many are still piled in the sequence they were produced, still paired together, separated by decaying strips of wax paper.
Here's two that have never been separated. For the first time, they've come apart.
Some are in decent enough shape that McQueen has taken them home to clean them up and display for his own collection. Others, though, fall apart upon touch, victims of rust, exposure, and time. But they're so numerous, we couldn't reach the bottom of some of these piles.
There's so many that you could spend all day, every day, for a long time trying to pick them up, and you would not be able to.
Well, what's also curious is the rusting carcasses of several government vehicles here as well. But as odd as the entire site is, it's apparently not uncommon if you know where to look.
It's not rare. I can think of at least 5 or 6 places that I know. I've either been there or talked to someone who was there. There are plate graveyards, and I'm sure that there are many more around the province that I've never heard about.
Gary Doherty has also been collecting license plates since he was a teenager. He estimates he's collected between 35 and 40,000 license plates from all over the world. And he has a theory as to where these piles of plates came from.
Back in the days when New Brunswick and most places used to replate every year, they had to order enough plates so that they could stock all of the motor vehicle branches. When they replated, there were always lots of leftovers. When that happens, somebody takes a half-ton truckload of boxes of plates out in the middle of the woods where nobody will see them and dumps them.
It's a theory that Jeff Carr, MLA for the area, can get behind.
Well, I'm not surprised that there's scrap in the woods. Oftentimes back in the day, in rural New Brunswick, old homesteads had their own piles of scrap, but to hear that there's thousands and thousands of provincial license plates stockpiled in the woods is a little bit surprising. From a government perspective, this is the first time I've ever heard of government material being in the woods on a farm, dumped like that.
For McQueen, he's happy to pick through these plates for interesting additions to his own collection, but he does think that eventually it's a place that should be cleaned up.
Yeah, I like to see these sort of things go to the right place, but at the same time, I'm deathly against pollution. What I think should happen is that eventually people should go in there, pick what they want out of it, but I'd love to see the province go in there and clean the place up.
Coming up, walking into history, the first ever privately funded spacewalk outside the Polaris Dawn. Welcome back. In some ways, today was both a giant leap as well as several small but significant steps in the field of space travel. CBC's Nicole Mortellaro looks at the importance of the risky mission taking place high above the Earth.
SpaceX, back at home we all have a lot of work to do, but from here, Earth sure looks like a perfect world.
It was the view of a lifetime as billionaire and philanthropist Jared Isaacman popped his head out of the SpaceX Dragon capsule. He was greeted by a stunning sight, the blue marble, Earth. Shortly after his 10-minute spacewalk, it was SpaceX engineer Sarah Gillis's turn.
That's awesome.
While only Isaacman and Gillis exited the capsule, 2 other crew members were sitting inside, also exposed to the vacuum of space. This was more than just a chance to view Earth at its finest. It was a test of SpaceX's new spacesuits. This, the first real-world test.
10 or 15 years from now, people will be starting to settle the south pole of the moon, and they'll be wearing the Mark V version of this spacesuit and just counting on it to work perfectly. And it's largely because of what we witnessed today.
This crewed mission has seen many milestones, including traveling the farthest from Earth since the last Apollo mission in 1972. The International Space Station is a mere 400 kilometers above Earth. The 4 astronauts traveled 1,000 kilometers further, beyond the Van Allen belt, an area that shields us from harmful space radiation, and then heading down to 700 kilometers to perform the highest spacewalk ever.
A lot of what we learned during the spacewalk today about how the human body is affected by radiation in high orbits is going to go into how they prepare that vehicle to make sure that NASA and other astronauts are safe going to the moon.
But it's not just about going to the moon. Mars is the ultimate goal.
This is a pretty amazing step, an amazing time to be alive.
Disgraced ex-movie mogul Harvey Weinstein has been indicted on additional sex charges in New York. The indictment will remain under seal until Weinstein is arraigned on the new charges later this month. The Manhattan District Attorney Office says there are multiple accusers prepared to testify against him. The new charges come ahead of a retrial in Weinstein's overturned rape conviction in his landmark Me Too case. Prosecutors say they are presenting a grand jury with evidence of up to 3 additional allegations against him, dating as far back as the mid-2000s. With the debate behind them, the 2 U.S. presidential candidates are focusing today on swing states. But some of the toughest people to attract during any election are young voters. And when it comes to politics, popularity can matter as much as policies. Alison Northcott takes a look at one celebrity endorsement that's getting a strong reaction.
When Taylor Swift has something to say, fans pay attention. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them, the pop star posted on Instagram to her 283 million followers after the presidential debate. I've made my choice. Your research is all yours to do and the choice is yours to make, she wrote, signing off childless cat lady, a reference to a comment made by Donald Trump's running mate J.D. Vance.
I am incredibly grateful, first of all, to Taylor Swift. I say that also as a cat owner, a fellow cat owner. And that's the type of courage we need in America to stand up.
Swift said it was time to be transparent about her voting plans after a fake AI image of her appearing to endorse Trump was posted on his site. Trump reacted to Swift's choice on Fox News.
I was not a Taylor Swift fan. It was just a question of time.
For Swifties who are Harris supporters, her endorsement is encouraging.
The more that we get that boost of support from the bigger names out there in the world, I think the better it will be.
That endorsement surely is going to have an impact.
This expert says Swift might not change minds, but could motivate young people to vote in a tight race.
Taylor Swift endorsement has had an influence on voter registration in 2023. She told her followers to register on vote.org as electors, and there was a surge.
This Swift fan and Trump supporter isn't swayed.
Could Taylor Swift change your mind?
No, never. I still love her work. I might be a little bit more reluctant to go to a concert because, I understand everyone has their political affiliation. Do I feel like she's using her stature to influence people? Absolutely.
Democrats hoping to harness that influence come Election Day. Alison Northcott, CBC News, Montreal.
The family of a man in Ontario is demanding answers after hospital staff shaved off his facial hair. It was done without his consent or that of relatives, and in violation of the man's religious beliefs. Dale Manukdok reports.
I'm just still trying to figure out when he wakes up, if they put a mirror in front of him, how he's going to react to, hey, what happened here?
Jashid Dhaliwal is the son-in-law of 85-year-old Joginder Singh Kaler, who in late July fell down the stairs.
Any bone that we could think of was damaged in his body, right? And obviously, he had internal bleeding in his head, so he was not conscious.
Kaler was taken to St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto, where he was treated for a month and then transferred to Brampton Civic, closer to his family. 2 weeks ago, the hospital asked permission to shave his facial hair, to which the family said no. The next day, Kaler was clean-shaven.
They even asked the doctor, they said, you know, hey, why was he shaven clean? The doctor, he basically said that, hey, you know, that's not his department, that's up to the nurses. So he brushed it off.
Sikh men never shave their facial hair as part of their faith.
This is a very serious cultural violation. This is not just ethics, it's the law. If you don't have consent, you cannot do anything. The Canada Health Act is very clear in this country. You must have consent for absolutely everything.
William Osler Health System, which operates Brampton Civic, would not comment on an individual case due to patient privacy. In a statement, the hospital says, in part, we are sorry and deeply concerned when we do not meet the standard our patients and their families expect and deserve. Osler respects the religious rights and freedoms of all Canadians.
They could have sent us that a week ago. I never would have called the lawyer.
The family contacted the World Sikh Organization. Its president issued a statement writing, given that Brampton is home to the largest Sikh population in Canada, it is inconceivable that such disregard for Sikh faith practices could occur at Brampton Civic Hospital. William Osler tells CBC Toronto it's investigating and conducting a comprehensive review of this case. Dale Manukdok, CBC News, Caledon.
The parents of a 14-year-old girl have a warning for other parents about an airline policy. As Ali Chanson tells us, it's one that applies to minors who fly alone.
14-year-old Cameron Larkin was flying solo from Toronto to Victoria after a visit with family and friends.
So I was sitting down, I was ready for the plane to take off.
But before her Porter Airlines flight departed, a flight attendant pulled her aside and told her
there had been a problem, so I need to get off the aircraft.
It was her first time traveling alone.
This is your experience. The flight attendant said that she would talk to me outside the plane. And so the flight attendants behind me, they closed the door. So I was really confused because I was like, I'm supposed to be on that plane.
So what happened? Well, it's a rare case where, for safety reasons,
they may have to reduce the payload of the aircraft, which means weight and balance. So they take off either travelers or cargo.
Airlines then ask for volunteers to exit in exchange for a rebooking and a discount. But nobody agreed, so Cameron was one of several who were removed. But she says she was the only unaccompanied minor.
I was completely shocked, confused, very worried about her.
Fortunately, Cameron's dad was in Toronto and could pick her up. But her mom, Kathy, wonders if it happened to another child who didn't have that option.
They might be traveling, far from family and friends.
In a statement to CBC News, a spokesperson for Porter explained Porter's unaccompanied minor policy applies to passengers between the ages of 8 and 11 traveling alone. For passengers 12 to 17, there's an option to purchase the unaccompanied minor service. The extra supervision costs $100. If it's not purchased, there's no guarantee the passenger will keep their seat.
An airline would basically treat them like any other customer. It should not be assumed that an airline will take special care of someone who hasn't flagged themselves for that kind of special attention.
While the Larkins didn't buy it, they say because they didn't know about the policy, Cameron's mom says,
she's a minor traveling unaccompanied. Go to the next person. It doesn't take a genius.
Meanwhile, those in the industry say rules weren't broken. It's just policy, and parents got to pay up. Ali Chiasson, CBC News, Toronto.
They are still 3 months away from the church reopening, but today in Paris, a key milestone was met in the restoration of NotreDame Cathedral. Notre Dame is getting its bells back. The church's rector blessed the 8 bells of the North Belfry before they were lifted by crane to return to their rightful place. The largest weighs more than 4 tons. The cathedral has undergone major reconstruction since a fire in 2019. The plan is to ring the bell for the first time at the grand reopening on December the 8th. Canada's main stock index posted a gain today, while U.S. markets also rose. Here's a look at how they did as we head to break.
Well, we've got some nice days ahead, no doubt. I mean, it's mid-September, so our standards have to lower a little bit in terms of, what a nice day is.
It's still relatively warm, though.
Yeah, absolutely. For this time of year, we should still be around the 20-degree mark. So we're punching above our weight in many cases over the next 7 days. Let's first have a look at our viewer picture of the day as we look at, beautiful spot. As always, all the spots in this province are beautiful, but we're going to zoom in on Tatamagouche, and this is just a terrific sunset shot. The color in this is phenomenal. Lots of yellows, and of course, you can see some oranges and purples and pinks and everything in between. Derek Banks, thanks so much for sharing. Ryan's Picks at cbc.ca is the address, and keep them coming. The mailbox is nice and full. For Friday, we've got temperatures. They're going to be ranging between 22 and 25 for most. A couple of spots that could exceed that, especially along the Northumberland shore. That's going to be our best chance of popping up into the 26-27 range in a few backyards. And a little bit cooler, though still nice and mild in the Tri-County area with that onshore flow there. Now, looking ahead to Saturday, we will notice a drop in those temperatures with that northerly flow. Temperatures are likely going to be into the high teens and some low 20s from Cape Breton across to the Northumberland shore. As I mentioned earlier, the water temperatures are still quite lovely in the Gulf, so that northerly wind won't be impacting you folks in those onshore winds as much as it would, say, in the spring. Now, as you can see for the south and west, that's going to be our best chance of temperatures bumping up into the low 20s. And let's zoom right ahead to that 7-day forecast. Sunday's looking good. Monday's looking good. Tuesday's looking good. Next chance of showers Wednesday, Vern.
Sounds good. Well, police in Tennessee say rock star Jon Bon Jovi helped coax a woman to safety from a ledge off a bridge. Bon Jovi was filming a music video on the bridge in Nashville on Tuesday when he spotted the woman. The singer and production assistant slowly approached the woman who was facing outward on the far side of the railing.
They are seen speaking to her for a minute or so before she turns around to face them. Then they lifted her over the railing to safety. Bon Jovi then hugged her and the three walked together along the bridge accompanied by police officers. Quite a story.
Sure is, and that's it for us tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Take care.